Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Capricorn. How are you guys, Capricorn? Hope all's well. Let's see what's coming in for you. Yeah, Crossroads energy. Yeah, so it looks as though you've got either someone's let go of their baggage and they're moving forward, leaving the past behind, or we have a person who didn't follow through, a situation that didn't go anywhere. Yeah. I feel some of you are, there definitely is crossroads though. Yeah, some of you might have a choice, someone who doesn't follow through, someone who will commit. I see the Hanged Man. The Empress. The Empress is open. This is the start of something new. Someone's ready for new. Yeah, I feel some of you are moving away from a person who doesn't follow through. You can't rely on them. Yeah, I also see you leaving baggage behind. The sun's shining. It is the start of new. Yeah, so we have someone who's assessing a situation. I feel like it's the Empress. This is always someone open to talk, to communicate. The person who keeps their life, everything in balance. Beautiful. Be someone checking you out if you are the feminine energy. But this is about perspective. Little pause here, looking at things from a different perspective. I wouldn't be surprised someone's been checking you out or vice versa. Yep, two people. Yeah. I think you're going to come together with someone because if someone else doesn't follow through, they're not reliable. But what you're going to be looking at is that energy of someone who is. A person who's sincere. Yeah, someone comparing one situation to another, or just should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, it's comparing apples to oranges. Let's have a look at the Ten of Wands. Yeah, we got somebody not budging and giving in. In other words, it's a person who often wants their cake and eat it too. They want things their way. They're not reliable. So you can see taking off that pentacle though. So this is some of you just protecting yourself. Yeah, it's comparing apples to oranges. I feel like you got this opportunity. You've checked someone out here, I feel. But it is a pause. Like I say, back and forth. Yeah. There's still a little uncertainty here, but it's whether someone's your type or not. Yeah, so someone sees someone who maybe is their type, and it could be the other person coming in because they have someone they can't rely on or doesn't pull their weight, or they're stubborn, stuck, selfish, whatever it may be, but it is about protection. Yeah, you can see someone here is very sincere, good morals and values. I think you're going to be on the same page with someone. Yeah, you're going to need to spend a little time together. I do see it's about looking to see if you're each other's type, if you're compatible. I still feel there's a little uncertainty. Someone's trying to decide, you know, or comparing apples to oranges. But, you know, that Ace of Pentacles is an energy of someone who plants the seed. They want to build a foundation. It's a person who comes in right. They make a commitment. See, someone here who commits to a situation because they want to be with you. They want to spend time with you. But there is an energy of compatibility. Yeah. Yeah, there's some desire, a spark. There's an attraction. A passion, new beginning. Oh, so much going on in relationship energies, but it has to do with someone who commits to spending time together, so, you know, doing stuff together. But it's also an energy of two people coming together, creating this path together. So nobody's really in control here, and I like that energy. Tell me about this Two of Cups. See a connection. Yeah, this is someone open. This is someone who wants someone who will follow through. This is often someone who's throwing their hands in the air. I give up. I'm open to other offers and opportunities. I feel like some of you are about to receive. Yeah, look at that. But I do see, because the Empress is in here, someone's kind of looking before they leap, whether they should or shouldn't. I think this is someone protecting their heart, you know. Yeah, the Empress is often someone who's been hurt, but they're healed. Yeah, but I do think it's about living in the moment. There's always a risk in love. There's always a risk that a situation won't go anywhere. But like I say, if you're on the same page, maybe some sort of an agreement, just take it slow, friends first. I feel some of you will go for it. Yeah. There's always a risk. Yeah, the things won't go in your favor, but there's always that chance that it will. See, this is two people. This is a whole new cycle. This this is lovely. This shows a person who wants things to go in their favor. They're going to show the other person they're reliable. The Empress isn't going to have to do a whole lot other than let the other person know they're open. So if that's yourself, don't be afraid to let people know you're open, okay? Because I do feel things will start to go in your favor at that point. Yeah, someone's taking a step back, looking at things from a different perspective, seeing if you're their type. There is desire, there is an attraction. See, some of you have a choice between two, and I see it's about choosing the right person. It's about being able to rely on someone, because we know often you connect with someone, it starts and then it doesn't go anywhere because they don't follow through, they're not reliable, they don't pull their weight. Like some of you were thinking about past relationships where people didn't pull their weight. You know, they expect somebody to do everything. They want their cake and eat it too. They're selfish, you know, all that kind of energy. Yeah. Tell me about this Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's all about choosing the one. Some of you have a couple people coming in. I think you're going to sit on the fence and kind of look at this carefully. You're definitely going to look before you leap. But I do feel it is, you know, it's all about taking a risk. Capricorn, you're somebody who always calculates the risk. Yeah. I think you're going to go for this, though. I do think it is an opportunity. See the pentacle coming off? Yeah, cooperating, compromising. See, once two people spend some time together and learn a little about each other, it's sort of like, it's telling me it'll be easier, right? It won't feel like such a risk. It's all about doing stuff together, but it's about two people going to come together and create this path. There's definitely an energy of three, though. Like, I do feel some of you have a choice. One of these just doesn't compare. It's like you just know something is off with someone here. And that's why I feel when you feel like you have to protect yourself, if you feel like you have to protect yourself, that's when you know a situation isn't right for you, because you shouldn't have to feel that way. It shouldn't feel like a risk. That's what it's trying to say. Yeah. Yeah. One of these definitely isn't like the other. It's someone who follows through. Why? Because they want to spend time with you. And this person's content. They're happy to spend time with you. See, they'll make an agreement. They'll commit to time. Yeah. It's an energy of new. So much happiness and joy. You're going to go down this path. I think a lot of people are in this next while, or because of the cycle within the next year. A lot of you who've been struggling, dating, people who don't follow through. You always feel like you need to protect yourself, or they don't budge. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely this cycle energy. Wow. This is schedules, routines, timing too. Like I say, learning about each other. Yeah, you got a person who wants to ask you out here. It's all about dating, courting, but I do feel this person's sincere, and I feel they're feeling that way about yourself. Yeah, they are single. They know you're single. Yeah, this is someone enjoying the fruits of their labor, but like I say, this is someone I feel who's ready for something new as well. Yeah, they know you're single. They're ready to go for it. They're the ones going to be taking the leap of faith. Some of you have taken risks before, only to find out people don't follow through, or it just doesn't go anywhere. That's why I feel like you're the one who's probably not going to give in here. Yeah, you're not going to be the person to make the first move or start this. I do think you've already made the connection, or you've talked or made some kind of connection. Yeah. Some of you have for sure. If not, it's just this person about to take a leap of faith. There is that energy of being aware. Yeah, look at somebody here is lonely, feeling lack. Yeah, somebody here. Some of you had someone who's left you out in the cold too. Yeah, this person sees you as, this isn't a lack how this person's looking at you. It's about feeling lonely and lack. This is a person who'll be there for you. If you need a helping hand, that's what it is. This is a lot of the energy coming out. Here's what you want to do. You want to test somebody. You want to test them when you're dating them to see if they're there. You reach out to them, say, I need help with something. If they don't follow through, or they stop talking to you, or they stop reciprocating in any way, then you know they're not sincere. They're not interested enough, and they come in with lack and negativity. Yeah. Or if they ghost you. Some of you, this is what's happened because they don't want to give anything, right? Yeah. They don't want to do anything. Yeah. I see what's going on. Yeah. But this person coming in, it looks as though they're very high vibrational, but it is the start. It is going down a path. Yeah. Some of you definitely have a person who doesn't follow through. They make an arrangement and then don't follow through. So it's a person who's apprehensive, see, thinking negative things. They're the one with the lack, though, because the feminine here isn't lacking anything. And I feel like some of you aren't interested in someone who, I mean, it has to do with offering someone a helping hand. Being there for someone, being reliable. See, it's all about finding a partner, the right person. People who like to spend time together no matter what you're doing. That's what I feel about this person. Yeah, I think you got this handled here. Four of Pentacles. Some of you have taken a leap of faith before and still things didn't turn out the way you wanted. But like I say, it's all about looking to see. It's all how it starts. If they're reliable in the beginning, they're right off the get-go. Okay? And some of you, it has where you've gone down that path a bit. They're there for a little bit. And then they stop reciprocating. Yeah, like I say, you have a whole new cycle. You're ending this energy of lack. These people who don't commit. This is someone who wants to commit. Yeah, look at that. Choices, yeah. See, some of you do have choices. But I do think someone's not following through. I feel like you're looking elsewhere. The ship sailed, too little, too late. You got a new person. Some of you may not even know that there's someone who's checking you out. I wouldn't be surprised. But it almost looks like you're both checked each other out already. Tell me about the new person, the new energy. Tell me about this person. Yeah, it could be somebody who's been crushing and hasn't made a move. This is definitely an energy of longing for love, though. But it is about romance, being romantic. Queen of Pentacles is here, which shows it's whether it feels safe. It's whether you feel comfortable. Okay? So if you feel like you have to protect yourself, then you're definitely not comfortable. Yeah, I feel some of you don't see a future with someone. You're looking elsewhere, too little, too late. And I do think the Empress is often someone who's got a lot of experience, so you know, it's like next. In other words, stop wasting my time. I'm not waiting. The Empress doesn't sit around and wait for people. You either follow through or not. Yeah. You're going to go down this path with someone more compatible. I think it's just a lack of compatibility, lack of things in common. It could be someone who's just lazy or they're protecting their money. You know, those people who would rather be lonely than... because they're the ones that are always protecting themselves. But you can see that pentacle has to come off. Yeah. This is somebody who'll want their cake and eat it too. I can guarantee you. Yeah. I see an energy of being comfortable. See someone who has a comfortable home. Yeah. But it's a person who builds a foundation. You're going to connect. I see a friendship. I do see a friendship turning into something more. Yeah, forming a very deep friendship. I don't see friends with benefits. In fact, you probably have somebody who's like that. See, they want friends with benefit. They don't want to give in. They want things their way. It's often someone who's between two worlds. They keep you stuck and single. They keep you stuck between two worlds. Some of you have been there, right? Where you want to put yourself out there, but they've got you waiting. But I do think that's where that little aha moment comes, where you realize, yeah, becoming the Empress. Yeah, I feel that's what it is. Someone who's stuck between two worlds. It's somebody who wants friends with benefits. They keep you stuck, but they want things their way. They want the best of both worlds. They want to be single, but they don't want to provide. They want the feminine to be open to anything. Like, to me, it looks like someone who wants an open relationship. Yeah, I think you know here. Capricorn, you know. Yeah, I think you know exactly here. It doesn't make you feel comfortable. It doesn't feel safe. Yeah, you want solid. I think you want family. Some of you want family, children, your biological clock is ticking. So I feel like you're not really into friends with benefits. It's not safe. Doesn't make you feel comfortable. Yeah. Some of you are reminiscing about a past relationship because you do have someone coming in. That's why I feel like you're looking before you leap. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. See, some of you have never really got what you wanted. Waiting. Yeah, I think you're being cautious. You're going to play it safe here. You're going to see if this person's sincere. You're going to tell them, let's be friends first. Let's spend some time, get to know each other. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to be, I think this person's going to be okay with that. I do. But definitely there's another person here. Tell me about who this person is. All of you will know, but I just want to pull it out for those who may not clue in. Who wants friends with benefits? Who's the person who wants friends with benefits? Where they're the one benefiting, right? Who benefits from that, really? Yeah, the person who keeps you stuck and single. And then when they find something better, they drop you like a hot potato. Yeah, so whoever that person is, there's someone who lacks confidence in themselves. So this is a person who's obviously not mature. Who else? Who else? They could have been a Leo. Yeah, a Leo. Yeah, saying to trust your intuition. You know who it is. You'll remember. I do see that. Remembering, reminiscing. Yeah, some of you know better. You've learned. Yep, this is amazing energy, Capricorn. See? Somebody who's selfish and stuck. They got the best of both worlds. Yeah, you're protecting. I think you are protecting your money here too, though. Yeah, because I feel like you've been taken advantage of before. Yeah, see, no longer interested. Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, I think you're just going to keep your options open, seeking other options. But there is a new person coming in. I can see their energy. They just want to spend time with you. I feel they are sincere. And that's what you're looking at, sincerity. And that you want to go slow. If they don't want to go slow and cooperate and compromise, then you know they're not. It's that simple, right? Anyone who's really interested, yeah, because some of you are successful. I can see it. You own your own home. You're comfortable. You have everything you need. Some of you do want children too. This is why. Yeah, the biological clock's ticking. But a lot of you, it's just reminiscing. There could even be, some of you may even be older and have grandchildren. Yeah, so you're breaking free. See, it's a person who just comes in when they want attention. They're only interested because of what you can provide. But the person who's coming towards you takes pride in all the things they do. This is a person who's preparing themselves. They want to make sure they can provide. This is a lovely So I think you've had someone who was only interested in what you can provide. They were very selfish. Yeah, you are protecting your money because of this. You're not going to budge and give in to somebody here. You're not going to sit and wait, but you're also not going to feed somebody's ego here. Yeah, you're open. See, you're keeping yourself open. It's just showing that you've got new. This is the start of something new. Yeah, see, maybe a Virgo energy here. Some of you maybe have a Virgo coming in. I see Taurus. I do see Leo, but I think that's what you're reminiscing about, is somebody who's a Leo who took advantage of you. Maybe not everyone. They could be anyone. I do see Pisces as well. Just trust your intuition. Yeah. If it doesn't feel right or you feel uncomfortable, it'll affect your body. You won't feel right. You won't be able to be yourself. You'll know. Yeah, I think you've got this. This is a path you're on. You're ready to go down another path. But I do see a Virgo, Taurus. Yeah, maybe even another Capricorn. Oops, get this card, yeah. See, you got someone going to reach out. Yeah, so someone maybe on social media or through community, friends. Maybe you got some friends of friends energy. One thing about when you meet someone through friends of friends, if you travel in the right circle, then you at least can learn about their history. You're going to check someone out too. I think you're going to go out to look to see how they conduct themselves around their friends and family. But it's like they're looking at you that way. Yeah, there are friends who are like family here. One big happy family. Some of you want that too. I can see it. Yeah. Especially those of you who don't have children, or the ship has sailed, or you don't have grandchildren or things, you know. You're looking at what this person brings with them. Is friends and family, a big happy family. Some of you, that the thought of that makes you happy. Others of you, I feel like you like to keep things a little simple. I do think some of you are leading a fairly simple life here. Yeah, you're not interested in anything too complicated, especially if you work a lot. If you are a single parent and you work a lot, you take care of the house and home, you absolutely need someone you can rely on. Someone who takes the pressure off you. I feel like you've dealt with people who lay the burdens on you. And when things don't work out, they blame the other person. Yeah. Yeah, I feel some of you have definitely had a time out. You're doing some thinking. Yeah, you've healed. Some of you have healed. You've gotten over a situation here. But it's whether you want to be pinned down again, too. Some of you are a bit of a free spirit. You're used to being free, doing what you want. Those of you who've been single for a while, yes. But you're looking at the possibility. I do think you got options around you. I wouldn't be surprised if there's multiple. But there's definitely one person coming in here. And they are sincere. They are willing to take it slow. Yeah. Oops. Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio energy. Yeah, so you've got one here. So this is, and what, did this have the Fool? You might have an Aries here. It's just a person who's bold and confident. So you've dealt with someone who lacked confidence. Yeah, I do see Aries or Scorpio. Taurus, definitely Taurus and Virgo energies. But yeah, there's someone who's bold, confident, very creative, quite charming. I do think you can have, this person's funny. I do think they're popular. They have people who really like them. They're held in high regard. Yeah, I think this is, I feel you're reminiscing about someone similar. See, there's something about this person, your type, and you're looking at your type too. Some of you like people who are bold and confident. You like that very masculine energy. But this is the person here, I feel. Someone who sits on the fence protecting themselves because they lack confidence. So you've dealt with this type, but this person's different. I think you dealt with a Leo before. It almost looks like you have. I mean, maybe it is a Leo that's coming in, but I'm seeing Taurus and Virgo too. So that's why I feel it's just somebody who has that energy, confident, bold, charming. People like this person too. They really like this person. They are social. Maybe you're more of a homebody, but yeah, some of you definitely need to get out. I do think you're open to this, but you can see this Virgo energy. Someone who's ready to go down this path. It's a person who's ready for something new. But the thing is are you? I feel like you are. You're open. Yeah, you've done well for yourself here too, some of you. You have a lot of abundance. You have a lot to offer, but you're looking... And I do think that you've been generous in the past, but now I feel like you're definitely playing it safe. It's like you're kind of comfortable where you're at here, but yeah, there's definitely this, this longing for some love and affection, family, children. I think this is somebody who brings a family with them. Yeah, I think they have people who are friends who are like family. Yeah, they're not afraid of putting themselves out there. Yeah, they've checked you out. See, you've checked each other out. A little pause, a little aha moment. Yeah, they hold you in high regard. But I do think that you're looking at whether this situation serves or if it's in your best interest. See, you're being very careful here because you've had someone who's taken advantage of you. It's somebody who wanted an open relationship, or they just kind of kept you stuck, kept you single, held on to you for your money. Yeah. It's somebody who's not a provider. They didn't pull their weight either, but they put more burdens on you. They put a lot of burdens on you. They didn't lift the burdens off. They put them on. Yeah, you know exactly what you're doing here. Yeah. Like I say, whether this situation serves you, whether the feelings are mutual. So this person's coming in. I do think they're sincere. I feel like they're actually an earth sign. Okay. I mean, they could be a fire sign with a lot of heavy earth in their chart, but it's all about sincerity. Someone who's willing to take it slow. That's the test. Then you'll know they're sincere if they'll spend lots of time with you. Yeah, but they have to be the one to start it, because you're not gonna do anything. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is releasing all this. You've healed, you've cleared all this out, this baggage that you've been holding on to because of this person. And you've been protecting yourself and your heart, I feel, for some time. Yeah. Yeah. But a little test to see if this, a little test. They're looking to see if you're sincere as well. Yeah. Okay, say they're bold, confident. Yep, they take the lead. They're a natural born leader. And that's good. What I see is the person you dealt with wasn't a leader. They were more of a follower. I think they were a user. You dealt with someone who used you. And they kept you. They had the best of both worlds. You were doing all the work, working multiple jobs, and they were benefiting from all your hard work. Yeah. I can see exactly what you went through here. Yeah, I think you're gonna take a little look at this. I do think you're ready to live in the moment a little. Yeah, you got to take that pentacle off. You've been really protecting yourself, and you're keeping yourself stuck because of this. Yeah. Some of you had a really tough time. Yeah. It's time to go down a new path, though. You may be at that time in your life, like I say, where your biological clock's ticking. You want children, family, or you've had all these things. So if a person comes towards you that's a single parent, I feel like you are a single parent already, some of you, but I mean, it's what makes you happy. Whoever it is, they have to start it. You're not going to start it. I just don't see it. They have to show you they're a leader, that they take charge, that they can handle things, that they're coming in to lift burdens off your shoulders, not to put them on, because you have a lot of abundance. I feel you can be very generous. Some of you could have children who still live at home. They could be getting ready to leave the nest. And that's another thing about free. Maybe you're free now and you're able, or it's this person. Yeah, look at that. They come in right too. I like this. This is about being fair. It's about harmony between two people. It's about marriage, commitment. Yeah, see, it's all about this person showing you that they can put in some work. I think you dealt with someone who hardly worked. I think you were the worker. You were the provider. Don't let somebody make you the provider. Yeah, if you are an empty nester or soon to be, definitely I feel like you're not really interested in someone who has children, but it all depends, I feel. I feel like you're just kind of on the fence with the whole thing. Yeah, I do think you're busy. I do think you work. You definitely aren't dealing with someone who doesn't. You need to see them put in effort. That's what I feel. They need to come in right. Yeah. I think you're open. I think you're open, but on the fence all at the same time, because there is the stuck energy until that pentacle comes off. And the part of this is what happened. Someone who didn't follow through, or they just laid burdens on you. But it's you have to take off the pentacle to be able to take this leap of faith. You're afraid of taking that risk. But there's so many possibilities how this could play out. And I do think you're preparing. I think you're looking at every little detail very carefully. And I do think you'll make the right choice. Yeah, you're manifesting, maybe mirroring. See, you're both looking to see if you're both sincere. I think you both want to just take this slow. But I do see spending time with this person. I do see this person offering a helping hand. I feel like you're going to test them to see if they'll be there. Yeah, I think you got this person's number. And it's all because of this past. Yeah. Regardless of what happens, if it doesn't go anywhere, you still have a comfortable home, a solid foundation. But it's all about feeling safe. Yeah. The Magician, manifesting, mirroring. You have everything you need. So you've manifested all the energies of the Queen. So you're very powerful. You're the one who's actually in control, even if you hand over the reins and let them control things and kind of see what happens. I think you need to see what someone's made of here. This could go somewhere. I do see happy home, happy life. Yeah, some of you have been dreaming and wishing for this for some time, I feel. Take care. Bye for now.